Yeah, definitely. All right, Shay. So we're back, you guys. I know we be saying we back, we back, we back, we back, we back.
We be back
We
and
always,
gone and back and gone. We be taking some sabbaticals. You need it in life, okay?
man, we be taking some breaks, man. But the last time we posted was 6 months ago, and the first time we posted was 2 years ago. Can y'all believe that? Will it make
Oh,
3 years this year?
yeah.
3 years.
Wow.
Crazy. So I thought it would be fun since we coming back to talk about how we have elevated since our first podcast, which was in 2020, during the pandemic. We was like, we at home, we might as well. So I want to just for us to give y'all an update on our lives and what we've done and how we've elevated so far. So Shay, what have you been doing? How has your life grown and how have you elevated since 2020?
Wow. It's been a lot. So I know like one of the first things, our very, 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 very first episode, I don't even know if we ever posted that. When we was talking about like what made us want to do this and where we at in our lives. I think back then I had said that I decided to walk away from corporate America. Like this is not for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not happy. And I left without like not even a plan. Like
Yeah.
don't really know what I'm gonna do, but I'm a person of faith. So I'm like, God gonna work it out, it's gonna be all right. And for me, like I'm a person like if I say that I'm gonna do something, okay, sorry, this is like sticking up. If I say like I'm about to do this, that's one thing about me. And people be like, wow, like you really be doing it. If I'm like, I'm going to do this, then
Mm-hmm.
that's usually what happens. So back in 2020, I was like, I don't want to work for corporate America anymore. I want to be at home. I like having my freedom. I want to be able to like go to school events and stuff like that. I'm like my next job, twofold. I want to be able to work from home. I want to be able to focus on my own business, my own brand, things that I like to make me happy. So that's what I've been doing the past 3 years. I'm a consultant, so I'll be on my computer consulting.
Congratulations. Let's
Yeah.
applaud Shay real quick. Because she definitely been doing her thing,
So
inspiring everybody and getting you better go.
yep, I like helping the community. So I started a non profit. So even started a youth basketball team where I
Mhm.
moved at, and that's grown. So just doing a lot. It was time in my life to do stuff. I was fortunate to be in a position where I didn't have to do something to make money. Like I didn't need the
Yeah.
money, so I was fortunate enough to be in a position and still in this position. So thank you God, where
Yeah.
I can do what makes me happy, and I just find that what makes me happy is being of service to others. So anything that I
Mhm.
do now is some type of way that I'm being of service for others. So that's what I've been doing as far as like in my life, and then as far as like my mental growth, physical growth, I would say that one of the things that we've shared from doing this show and doing the podcast is that it's like therapeutic for us because we
Mhm.
go over these topics and we think about things and it's things that we've changed from like, I would be like, I don't mind a relationship. Like I think one of our very first episodes about relationships, I'm like, I wouldn't mind him being in a relationship as long as he was able to do A, B, and C. And I was thinking about like my A, B, and C didn't have nothing to do with like emotional support,
Mhm.
spending time with me. It was very, very like
Yeah.
acts of service. If he can do this, he can do this. And I think that from like hearing all these stories and topics that we talk about is that my growth in relationships is that I don't need that. Like and that's
Yeah.
probably what I was always missing. Like, oh wow, this is good, but what is it? Is that I identify, like we always say that it's a growth, right? I identify that I
Yeah.
need emotional support is way more important to me than any other type of like physical type of what I can do for you. So that helped me identify that. And then I can carry that over to my relationship. And now I can have those conversations because now I've identified what I
Mhm.
actually was missing. Because if
Yeah.
you don't know what you're missing, the person gonna be looking at you like, I don't know what's wrong with you. So I think that was for me, like I was able to identify things that I was lacking in my life. And that's what it's been for me the whole time is like emotional support.
Mhm.
Um, and just being stronger for myself to be able to deal
Mhm.
with things. And I learned to not worry about what other people think of me.
Yeah.
So all of that in this past 3 years, I would say it's been a lot of like self-growth, identifying like what do I need from a relationship standpoint, and then what do I need from me as a person. And for my thing is like I was putting on too much, and to
Mm-hmm.
understand that it's okay to make mistakes. You don't have to have this facade, and you don't have to worry about what other people think of you, because people probably ain't thinking about you anyways because they got their own things going on. And just
Mm-hmm.
being able to live my life unapologetically and do what I like to do and just have the freedom. The freedom
Yeah.
is so important to me. So
For
that's
yeah. Okay. Well, let's clap it up for Shay. Shay's been doing really good. And like I always say, you have been an inspiration to me to make sure that I, chase after what I want to do. Look at the hand clapping. Y'all clap too. To make sure that I do what I want to do. So some things that I've done since the beginning of the podcast, during COVID, like everybody, I was out of a job, but I was very fortunate and very grateful, and thank God for that, where I was financially stable that entire time. And during that time, I made a decision to start modeling and acting and things like that. And that went very well, and I enjoyed it. But it's a different type of hustle out there when you acting and modeling. Okay, you got to be
you
really
being
out
too
there.
modest. You did some shows. Like, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I did a couple shows, which I'm very grateful for, and I'll get back to that soon. But I'll be very transparent. I'm very big on. I never thought I'd go back to the corporate world, but I did. But I'm very grateful where I can work at home most of the week. Um, but it's that form of stability that I really like when it comes to corporate. I'll be transparent. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna hold you, but I like the stability that comes with working a regular corporate job. But I won't be doing this for long. I have my freedom, like Shay was saying, you have your forms of freedom working from home, where you can sit there and set different goals for yourself for in the future. So I'm back working in finances. I continued my education a little bit further, and I'm back in working in finances, and I really enjoy it. I actually at a job that I actually like, and that was something very important for me.
That is so
um
important.
it is, it plays a huge part in your mental. As far as elevating in different aspects of life, I would definitely say mentally I've elevated. As y'all know, I'm a jokester. I don't take nothing serious. Like, I'm childish in a lot of situations. I will say my childishness have grown a little bit. It's still kind of there, but I've gotten a little bit better. I will say, like you said, this podcast has helped us with it's like therapy. It makes you realize certain things, and it makes you realize different people's perspectives, and it makes you gain knowledge in different areas and different and how people take things in. So I would definitely say this has helped me so much as far as relationship advice, as far as dealing with other people. Cause I was very big on, you irritate me, you better leave me alone type. And I've gotten better with that. So I've elevated, I feel like, in all aspects of my life. Spiritually, I've elevated a lot. I've always been very close with God, but I feel like over the last year or two, is definitely has grown where I really trust God. Where I'm literally like, it's gonna be your will. You gonna tell me no, or you gonna tell me yes. You gonna make it happen, or you gonna be like,
I
this ain't for
always say
you.
that. I say Jesus will be done. That
Yes.
the will may not be what I want, but it may be what I need.
Exactly. So I'm big on, if it's within God's will, go ahead and let it be. If it's meant for me not to get this, it's meant for me not to get it. If it's meant for me to get it, it's meant for me to get it. And I'm strongly big on faith without work is dead. So I'm not gonna ask for nothing if I'm not willing to work on it.
Mhm.
So I've definitely grown in all aspects, but it's still a lot of growing to do. I would never say I'm done growing. I'm gonna
Definitely,
continue to
definitely
grow.
for
It's
me.
so much I can do, and so much areas that I can work on to be better. And this year, I would definitely say I'm working so much on myself. Um, and like I said before, you guys will see it in podcasts coming up. I'm big on self awareness, and I'm big on realizing that some things that I do is take care of a lot of people and make sure everybody's good. But this will be the year that I focus on me and grow in every aspect as possible. And take some leaps of faith, and we're gonna see how that go. But yes, that's how we've elevated. Do you think there's anything else we can add to this little quick video of our update?
I just want to add that I forgot to add that what I also learned is that I just want peace out of like
Peace.
everything. Like that was my biggest thing. Like what if somebody asks like what you looking for? Peace? That's all I
That's
want,
it.
peace. I'm so simple.
Peace.
But no, I think that like just this overall, I think that this is therapeutic, and I think that's one of the reasons why we did it, and we hope that people, when people listen to it, that they find it therapeutic. We didn't have some growing pains even with this show. Like we we don't want
Yep.
to do it like this. We want to do it like this, or what are we really trying to do? Or we're all over the place. Let's scale it back and bring it back to what it's supposed to be originally about. So we even growing while we're
In the
trying to,
podcast.
yeah, in the podcast. So I would love to hear from you all. Thinking back, like you said, I didn't realize 2020 we was in the middle of the pandemic. So thinking
Man,
about like that 2020, this pandemic kicked off. We don't know what it's the future gonna look like. Think about, let us know, like how have you elevated and grown from 2020 to now? Because I would love to hear that also.
yeah, because that was a tough year for a lot of us, a lot of people. So, yeah, let us know how y'all elevated and what you feel like we can do better as a podcast for you listeners. If you guys want to throw us some
Stay
topics,
consistent. We're posted.
look, we know we
Right.
inconsistent. That's something we got to
You
get
get
better
out of the
at.
algorithm if you don't post. It be taking a
Big
minute to get
time.
back up in the algorithm too.
Man, because the views be mad low from the first time, and then
Yep.
it'll
10.
feel bad.
You
Huh?
be clicking on it, like, okay, let me check back. No, it's still 10.
It's still 10
Still
people.
10.
And then they only watch for 2 minutes and then they're
Yep.
out,
You clicked
you
out. But
know?
those are things that then we can go back and be like, okay, so Kelly watched for 2 minutes. Within that first 2 minutes, something wasn't enticing to them. Or we need to make sure that algorithm is going to the right audience. So
Yep. Hmm.
it's all growing
Hmm.
pains.
Yeah. So, what is one word or one phrase that you would use for your next phase in life or this phase in your life? And this will be the end, you guys. We're wrapping up.
One phrase. I will say phrase journey to self-love.
Mm.
Journey to self-love.
Hmm.
That is something that I just have to always continue to work. I know that is something that I still struggle with.
Yeah.
Um, is I know I don't like confrontational situations make me uncomfortable, and I realize that about myself. But by being uncomfortable in those situations, you don't always speak your truth, and that
Mm.
affects your journey to self love because you're accepting things that you shouldn't. So that's the phase that
Mm.
I am like. That's literally been my 2023. Like, nah, I started it a little bit in 2022, but I've been more so trying to practice it in 2023. Like, can't do it. Nah,
Yeah.
not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna do what I can, but I'm not gonna worry about it.
Yeah.
And focus more on like just my journey to self love. And sometimes I have to realize that I have to have those uncomfortable conversations.
Yes. Yes.
So journey to
Um,
self love is my thing.
That's a good one. Mine this season is self-awareness. Okay. I'm just really aware of what
I can't spell them
I
today.
am doing. You I'm just very
Wait, I'm trying to do this little new technology stuff. Can't even spell.
my thing is self-awareness. I just
Wait,
want to
that
make
ain't it.
sure.
All right, I'm just gonna leave that off.
I just okay. Oh, childish. You see, this is where I'm saying childish versus of me. Um, but yeah, I just
Siri,
want to be.
how do you spell?
Uh,
Okay.
some of y'all do need to use Siri because
Yeah.
uncomfortable was out. Okay. Can we be serious?
Yes.
Jesus.
Oh,
Okay. But yeah, I want to be self-aware, take accountability for any of my actions, and perform better in any situation that I need to be better. So yeah, self-awareness is mine. Peace is another thing that I've been saying is, happiness, you need something to be happening for you to be happy.
I like that.
I started from Kirk Franklin. It's at the end of Happy. It's a song that let me play this
Oh, I
song
thought
real
that
quick.
was you.
Oh no. I stole that from Kirk Franklin, Uncle Kirk, because that's Uncle in my head. But anyways, yeah. So peace, self-awareness. But tell us what you guys are. What's a phrase that you guys been using to be better? Or what's your phrase for this chapter in your life?
Don't start none, won't be none. No, just playing. Nuck if you buck. No, just playing.
We all know that whole song. Um, But yes, let us know how you guys are elevated and what you guys have done since 2020. Almost 3 years since the pandemic. Actually, 3 years since the beginning of the pandemic. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
been
yeah.
3 years.
Yep. But y'all
Yeah,
take
it's
care.
been
Let
three
us
years
know
because remember we was going to Belize with the mask on, and that was the
with the
beginning of
mask on.
2020.
Yep, sure was. And when we came back, it was worse.
Yep.
Everybody had the mask on. They was laughing at us.
Yep.
But yes, let us know how you guys have elevated, what you guys are going to do to continue to elevate and grow. But thank y'all for sticking with us for so long, even though we inconsistent. But we're gonna be better. That we're gonna be better this year. But yes, that's all on my end.
All right, y'all. Elevators. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We're gonna get a thick no.
we gonna have to. We gonna rap. Y'all know I'm a rap. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna rap.
All the people about to rap, they start
like,
like, yeah. What's that do?
and then remember that time? It was. I'm not gonna tell that story. I was rapping in Atlanta one time.
We gonna
That's
put the
all.
clip in there. She got bars.
I have bars. I have bars. Nikki ain't got nothing on me. Let me stop
Right.
playing before the park beat me up. I'm just
Right.
kidding. Okay. All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Oh.